Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Don't think I need these today. Not yet. If you're new here, welcome. Glad to have you. You know, having a YouTube channel, I get a lot of comments on the channel. And I think I've kind of figured out through these comments there are really two different kinds of motorcycle enthusiasts or bikers and what they're looking for. And especially that last video, I got almost 200 comments, and kind of made me think about it. And I thought this would be a good time to do it because it's raining and I can't get out on the bike. So anyway, I thought I'd give you my thoughts on it and see what you think. So having a YouTube channel, you get lots of comments. I try to answer most of them, not the ones that are, I don't know, hateful and stupid. I don't do those. I try to answer most of them if I can get to them. The last video had over 200. I don't know if I got to all of them, but if you sent comments, thanks, negative or not. Anyway, over the last couple of years, I've kind of figured out there's two camps of motorcycle enthusiasts or bikers. And I think it boils down to this. Guys who are logical and love specs. And when they ride a motorcycle, that's what they're looking for. Pristine rides that they can go cross country and not have to worry about breaking down like the Honda guys. Boy, they can go 300,000 miles with spark plugs and oil change. But that's logic and specs. Whereas Harley guys, like me, it's usually an emotional purchase. I'm buying history. I'm buying American history. Which is why so many people were upset at Harley Davidson, because they were trying to ruin American history. And that's what we're attached to. You know that when we ride Harleys, we know there's other bikes out there. And a lot of them has better specs and they ride better and you don't have to do anything to them. You just ride. Of course, there are some Harley people who build the crap out of those to try to compete with the spec guys. I don't understand those, you know. That's not me. Most of us will build a bike and get enough horsepower, enough torque out of it, and we're satisfied with that. There's other things that we want to do. These guys putting these massive engines in these frames, which were not meant to take it, that kind of horsepower. The Brits that are riding a Rocket 3 are laughing at these guys because for $25,000, they get something from the factory. It's 187 horsepower and 185 foot-pounds of torque. And that bike was purpose-built for that. And it's one of the best handling bikes out there. So they have no idea why these guys are spending $50,000 and $60,000 on these bikes that will never match the Triumph Rocket 3. Two schools of thought. But I understand the Honda guys and the Brit guys. You know, everyone wants a piece of history from their own country. And I understand the Brits and the Triumphs and the Nortons, some of their older bikes like the Vincents and the Bruff Superiors. That's their history, and I understand that. And by the way, I love Triumph motorcycles. But I ride American motorcycles, and I think most guys, especially if they're older, they're not really looking for the specs on a Harley as much as they're looking for an attachment to their country. And I think Harley made a mistake thinking that Harley guys were more, they really wanted more specs. And not that the Sportster S is a bad bike, it just didn't hit home with Harley people. 150 horsepower, I mean, how can you beat that? But the engine is water-cooled, variable valve timing. And I think it's a beautiful bike and it runs great, but it did not hit home with the Harley people. And I think it really would hit home over in Europe, in the UK. That's more what they're looking for. Same with the Pan America. The Pan America, to me, is the only true sport touring bike that Harley makes. And I never understood why people, you put an ST on a motorcycle and you buy the hype, and the STs aren't close to being sport touring, neither sport nor touring. Not anymore, but, well, it is what it is, right? But Harley guys, we just love the history. We want American history. I have a book. I probably should have brought it out. When you buy a motorcycle, you're buying a motorcycle that was designed many years ago. It started with flat heads and knuckleheads and pan heads and shovel heads. Twin cams. But, we feel like this is part of that history. I never expected to do a stage 2 on this because I had problems with it. And I probably would have left it at stage 1. I just wanted the history of this motorcycle. I didn't really care that much about the specs. And the upgrades I've done were longevity upgrades. So I think it's mostly emotion versus specs. Neither camp will understand the other. It's kind of the way it is. Look, I love English motorcycles, but I'm not in England, so I ride American. And I think most of you out there who ride Harley Davidson want that piece of history. But let me know if that's not true. I think it's just the division between spec guys and guys who want a piece of American history. But let me know what you think. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Put a comment down there and let me know what you think.